Good afternoon, this is Spanker's Round the World Tour, episode 7. So what we're going to be doing today, let's have a look. We last landed at Santa Cruz in Argentina, Sierra Alpha Whiskey uniform, and today we're going to flying a shortish stint northeast. We're going to fly northeast to San Julian. I'm going to have a look at this airport. We may do a touch and go there before continuing on to a final destination, which is Puerto Deseado, Sierra Alpha Whiskey Delta. That's on the VFR. If I go on to the low airways, there's no airways really to program any look at. Maybe one there but I could use, but I'm not going to bother with them. We're going to do it VFR. So just looking at this first airport. Let's have a quick look. Odd surface. So look in Google. It's like it's being built there. Another interesting little town here, very uniform again. And then our final destination will be up here. Let's have a look at this one. Then odd runway, that's good. And there we have it. A little bit bigger town. Some stuff going on here. So there we have it. That's going to be a destination. Just a minute, what's this? That looks newish. And that looks oldish. So maybe they have it rebuilt. There's 2 runways here. We'll find out when we get there. It's obviously going to be VFR, hopefully. We've got a VOR in there. Or nearby. Yeah, so we've got a VOR right at it. We can have a look at that. Okay, so I will go and jump into the sim and I will see you there. Well, what do we have here? You'll notice this is a different aircraft. This is the TBM 850 turboprop, 850 horsepower. And I decided to swap into this aircraft to continue the series, basically because the DA42 that I was flying, I found some issues with the flight model of it, particularly around the rudder, and steering on the ground was a nightmare. This aircraft doesn't seem to have them issues. It is a glass cockpit. It's very similar to the DA42 in that respect, but it doesn't have the issues, which does make me think that it was the aircraft rather than anything on my setup or my sensitivities on the pedals. So, without further ado, there's more space in this as well. We'll crank this up and continue. Okay, so I'm just going to remove that yoke. Parking brakes is set. I'm going to flick the battery on, avionics to start. Pulls up, master warning, master caution off. Let's reset track IR while I'm at it. So got that. We flick our fuel onto right. I'm going to flick it to auto. Fuel pumps onto auto. The generator on. Ignition to auto. Okay, we need to make sure that the prop is fully forward. Mixture fully forward. Crack the throttle a little bit. And let's start it up. I've got to flip this on, I think, and then we turn the main avionics to fully on. Clear the last flight plan. Now I've got to put the bleed on and air condition to it. Oh, come on. Auto. Engine started, so we can turn that starter off. We're going to stick on a strobe, a nav, a taxi. I'm going to stick the landing lights on anyway because we're virtually at the edge of the runway. P282 on, and that's basically the setup done, I think. Autopilot, trims to on, flip them back. Right, now I just need to program a route. And we're going to Sierra Alpha Whiskey Juliet. Enter. And then we're going to Sierra Alpha Whiskey Delta. $52 miles from first airport. I just need to set this up as per usual. $18 knots of wind. And then flip that onto GPS. Okay, everything's set there. Let's drop the flaps to our takeoff. I've got to pull the trim up into the green on here. Nose it down into green. In fact, do I put the rudder trim? Let's put the rudder trim to green, see what happens. Right, release the parking brakes. And I need to go to the opposite end of the runway to take off. quite sticky on this grass, needing a lot of power to get it going. That's a bit better now, just taxi along. Interesting aspect to this aircraft is, at the moment, we are only using 750 horsepower. When we get into the air, we have a switch on the flaps here, which is an 850 switch, which bumps that horsepower up to 850, allowing us to get a torque of 121% on the aircraft, so it does go quite fast, a lot faster than the DA42 anyway. I think that's probably a better zoom level. Right, we can turn this off. Just a little bit more power. Should only put that on in icing conditions, and the outside air temperature is 8 degrees centigrade, so we don't need that switched on. Gives a little bit more power on our takeoff run. Being a turboprop, it does take a couple of seconds to spool up. The engine, that was a bit quick for a turnaround. Everything looks alright. Let's pull the gear up. Making a right turn now. At 1500 feet we can engage the where's the flap, sorry. I engage 850 mode by hitting that. We see the torque starts going up to 121% at full whack. Continuing a climb. Bit windy. Just trim that out. Just flicked on the yaw damper. Turn flight director on and let's just stick it onto nav. And engage the autopilot for altitude 3,000 feet, and we're going to start flying towards the first airport. 230 knots. So it is far quicker than the DA42. Let me just turn my headset volume down a little. Can't hear myself think. That's one thing I didn't do. It does have a pressurised cabin, so you're supposed to set this to your altitude plus 1,000, I think. Cruise altitude plus 1,000, so we set that to around 4,000. One thing I don't understand, this aircraft can go, you know, well over 20,000 feet. But this only goes up to 10,000. I have to read up on what you do with that. The autopilot is obviously here, but I have all the autopilot commands on buttons on my sticks, so I don't have to mess about with getting the click points on here. So we've got a ground speed of 271 knots. Saying we're going to take 8 minutes. Looks good. What I'm going to do, I'll hit the pause button here and I should see you on the approach to the first airport. Okay, we're just approaching our first runway. I'm going to have a look at doing a touch and go at this one. 7 miles, I think that's it there. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take us into 750 mode. And we're going to take that autopilot completely off. Just slowing down, starting to descend a little bit. I'm going to go in for a left downwind join. Looking at the wind, it's coming straight down the runway towards the coast. And as per usual, my excellent preparation skills is I didn't check what the elevation of the airport is. Not to worry, weather's good and we can do it by eye, I think. Looks pretty long runway. do like the turboprop engines. That little delay on spooling up's quite comforting in a way. It's you wouldn't think it would be. You'd think that I want to apply power and get it straight away, but that spool up's really nice. Just drop one stage of flaps now. Bring the wheels down, turn it onto final approach, and just take that yaw damper off. Up to landing flaps. Another approach I did when I was trying this aircraft, I stalled at about 200 feet on the approach, but I think I've got that covered now. I think I know what I did wrong, so let's see how this goes. Actually, the runway's not that long, these are just two big runoffs. The runway itself is quite tiny by the looks of it. Wind's strong, coming slightly from the right. That's why we appear to be crabbing a little bit. It is quite susceptible to wind, this aircraft. It does get affected by it. So I'm probably going to go for a touchdown in the runoff area to just ensure I've got enough space. Jesus Christ. Shit myself again though. Every time. so I might just make it to the runway. It flew and flew and flew then. Okay, take off flaps and smoothly back to full power. Gear up. I didn't even feel a bump on landing then, pretty smooth. I didn't realise I had touched down. Bring the flaps up. Let's carry on back on course. In fact, I forgot to do that last time. I can take them off, can't I? Stick the yaw damper back on, autopilot's back on for our course, and we're just going to bump an altitude of 3000 again, and then turn that engine up to 850. Quite stable on landing, and although the wind wasn't a true crosswind, it was slight from the right and it was crabbing a little bit into the wind. And when I was testing this aircraft, I found it, if I had a 15 knot crosswind, I was some 10-20 degrees nose into wind to just maintain line, so it is affected by the wind quite a lot. Okay, we're going to get back up to a cruise altitude, and I will see you on the approach to our final destination. Okay, we've got 6 miles or so to run, and we have got 2 runways, so Google was correct. Sierra Alpha Whiskey Delta and Sierra Alpha 19. So let's have a look at this. We're going to disengage the autopilot. There we go, there's the 2 runways. Going to overfly and then set up the approach, I think. So this one right on the nose now is the one that we are planning to land at, I think. Just a sec. There's a road running right through the middle of that runway. There is traffic driving across the runway. Knowing my luck, I'll hit that. I'm going to knowing my luck, I'll land and hit something. I think I might come and land at this one. I'm going to do runway 26 at that one. I don't want to hit a car on way down. Lucky having an alternate, so close. Dropped one stage of flaps and the gear. I wonder why these two separate airports so close. I wonder if one's going to be decommissioned. Needs to be decommissioned if they're driving cars on the runway. Again, slight crosswind just off the runway. 28 knots at this height. Drop to full flaps. It's a bit gusty.
500.
Bloody hell, I'm going to have to turn that off. A little bit of a crab into the wind. Bit slow, a little bit slow. Some reverse thrust rather than brakes. And we're down. There's nothing here. Pull the flaps up. I'm just going to park on the grass again, so let's just have a... Won't stop. It won't stop on that grass. I'll try on this side then. Brakes wouldn't work until I got to the tarmac. Just hit the parking brakes and it still won't stop. It won't let me stop on the tarmac. That's strange. I'm gonna go really slow. Just get it just off the runway. That is not stopping at all. Put the parking brake on and it will not stop. Right, I've cut the engine. That was strange. The only way I could stop it was to cut the engine. And now I've stopped. Strange. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next video where we're going to fly. I don't know where to. We'll find out then. Okay, bye bye.